Fine. So let's go with baddies. Baddies stands for business add-ins. Baddies are also used for the same purpose for which you are using user exits. If you remember why you are using user exits, we have user exits. So these are the places or these are the slot provided in SAP standard programs to write your own code. So this is what we have discussed. User exits are some slots provided in standard SAP to write your own code. Baddies are also done for the same purpose, and even nowadays SAP is using something called enhancement options. Even they are also used for the same purpose. So what are all the other options we have? We have something called baddies, and nowadays we are using something called enhancement options. So these two techniques, baddies and enhancement options, they are also used for the same purpose. That means these are also the slots provided in standard SAP programs to write your own code. That means to enhance the standard SAP programs. Now what is the difference? What makes the difference between user exits, baddies and enhancement options? So baddies are generally called as business add-ins. These will follow OOPS approach, object-oriented approach. Whereas user exits are not following object-oriented approach, and enhancements also following enhancement options, these stuff, whatever you see here. This is also following OOPS approach. So that's the reason why I have told you the basic OOPS concepts after the user exits without starting baddies and enhancements. So user exits are following a normal approach. That means in a user exit how you can find out a user exit? Do you remember how to find out the user exit? So you will open the transaction. In the transaction you will say the keyword. You will give the keyword call customer hyphen function. So this is a keyword you will give, and you will try to find out where the slot is located. Otherwise, what you will do? You will get the package and you will go to the transaction SE18 and you will search for a user exit. So generally, this is how we will try to find out the user exit. And then, if you remember, the code is written inside the function module, right? When you go for user exit, of course, there are various exits available: function, menu, screen exit, and one more that is called a field exit. All these exits are available, but most of the times we are writing code inside the function module. Remember, inside the function module there is a G include, and inside the G include you are writing your own code. So this is not an object oriented approach. This is a normal ABAP approach because you are using function modules, includes, and so on. Now come back to baddie. Now here in a baddie, it is following complete object oriented approach. So here what SAP is doing is, SAP is creating an interface. Do you remember What is an interface? In the last class, we have created an interface in SE24, and that interface we were using inside the class. Some kind of same scenario SAP is trying to do here. So SAP is creating an interface, and the implementation is whatever you do, like whatever the code you are writing, that you will write inside the class methods. So the implementation is a class. So in other way, I will say body definitions, how SAP defining the body. Body definition is an interface, and body implementation, that means when you write a code inside a body implementation is a class. For user exit, it's always a function module. Nevertheless, you write a code inside that, you don't write, but for bodies, the definition is an interface. I will show you which interface, how to see this interface, we'll see practically when we are doing a bodies. But just remember, definition is an interface, something like what we have created in our last session, and body implementation is a class. So interface means what? Interface is nothing but a skeleton which has only the method definitions. Interface does not have any coding inside, if you remember. So how to implement this interface? Generally we will put this interface inside the class and we'll write code inside the methods of the class. So right, so this is what we have discussed about body implementation. So now what we will do is, some more points I want to add up. So that is body definition. If you want to see, go to the transaction SE18. Okay, so body implementation, if you want to see, go to the transaction SE19. Something like here for user exits, what we are doing, if you want to see the project definition, that means enhancement or user exit definition, we are going to the transaction called smod, and when we are implementing the user exit, we are going to the transaction CMOD, right? So in the same way here, if you want to see the body definition, go to SE18 transaction, and if you want to implement a body, go to the transaction SE19. Similarly, what is the keyword here? Call customer hyphen function is a keyword. So here we have one more keyword called, CL underscore exit handler get instance. So this is the keyword to find out your body. CL underscore exit handler is a class in which you have a method called get instance. So now if somebody came to you and asked you to find out a body which is there inside SAP standard transaction, what you need to do is go to the system status of the particular transaction, look into the program and click on a find symbol and see in the program anywhere you can find out this CL underscore exit handler get instance. If this keyword found somewhere, so that is a slot where SAP is calling the body. So find out the body definition. I'll show you how to find out the body definition. Once you find out the body definition over there, you try to implement the body, the implementation will be called. Fine. So nowadays we have different types of bodies, normal bodies, kernel bodies and so on. So there are various types of bodies. Kernel bodies are bodies which SAP has introduced with your ECC versions, and these bodies are came up with some new keywords which are integrated with the kernel, something like a call body, get body. I'll try to see if we have some time, we will also discuss about them. But the basic body concept is going like this. That means body definition is an interface which you can look into SE18, and body implementation is a class which you can look in SE19. Let us see how to do. So this is what some basics about your body theoretically, and some more points are in user exits we have some disadvantages. So all those disadvantages SAP came over in the body concept. Something like, remember when you create a project in user exit in CMOD, if already somebody could have implemented the same project, then what happening? It is giving an error message. So this enhancement is already implemented on so and so project. It is giving an error message, if you remember, right? So that sort of errors you will not get. That means that difficulty what you are facing over there, SAP came over that in bodies. So in user exits, single implementation is possible. That means if already somebody used the same enhancement, you cannot use it again in your project. You need to delete that project, or you need to deactivate the project. Otherwise you need to add your code in the same project. So there in a user exits, single implementation is possible. In bodies you can do multiple implementations. Multiple implementation possible. And one more point is user exits, whatever you do, I'm supposed to say, for user exits you don't have your own definitions, right? So definition means always SAP provided definition you are using. So you will go to SMOD and find out the definition. So always standard definitions. So definitions, that means whatever you look in SMOD, so those are called definitions, right? So those definitions are always standard. So definition means, for example, I'll say whatever you look in SMOD transaction. But here in bodies, you can create your own definitions. So you can create your own body definitions, and you can implement them as well. So that option is also given in body. Okay, so these are the fundamentals about your body. Now if you are interested, like what is this, some other thing called enhancement options. The enhancement options, SAP came up with the ECC 6 version. Before that enhancement options were not there. ECC 5 and ECC 6, I hope SAP came up with enhancement options. There are two types of enhancement options. I will just give you the theoretical part of this enhancement option now, but today in the practical session we will cover this bodies. Just for your understanding, I'm explaining this theoretical concept of enhancement options. See, enhancement options are, there are two types of different enhancement options SAP has given to us. First one is called explicit enhancement options and implicit enhancement options. So here the definition part, how the definition looks, how the implementation looks. Here see, for the user exit, the definition part is integrated with SMOD transaction. Implementation is integrated with CMOD. Now coming here, SE18 is a definition. It looks like an interface. SE19 is implementation, transaction, and it looks like a class. Here definition in the user exits, definition, implementation, both are more or less equivalent to function module or the code what you write inside the include. Now coming to enhancement option. So the definition for whether it may be explicit or implicit, the definition level always the definition part you can see in enhancement spot. There is something called enhancement spot, and implementation part we can see in enhancement implementation. So there are two things, enhancement spot, enhancement implementation. Enhancement spot, it contains the definitions. Definitions, maybe it contains a body definition, sometimes it contains some different, any sort of definitions where you are enhancing a standard SAP code. And implementation means it contains the implementation for the definition which you have seen in the enhancement spot. So it may be explicit enhancement, it may be implicit enhancement. The definition level is always defined in the enhancement spot. And implementation you will always do in enhancement implementation. Again, some more point to add up here. There is something called enhancement point, enhancement section. So enhancement point is a place where you will write your code. Something like CL_exit handler get instance is a place where you can see that the body is available. Similarly here on the user exits, you have call customer hyphen function is a keyword. It's a location where you can have a identification that you can write your code. In the same way, if you see this enhancement point or enhancement section, so that is a place in programs where you can write your own code. Nowadays if you see any SAP standard program, you can find out this kind of enhancement point or enhancement section kind of code. Okay, so enhancement point can have multiple implementations at a time. So enhancement point means you can implement multiple number of implementations. Enhancement section you can implement, but at a time one active implementation is possible. Okay, anyway, we will see this portion at the later point of time, but today we are going to concentrate on this bodies. We'll go to these transactions SE18 and SE19 and let us see how they looks like. We'll take one scenario, practical scenario, and we'll try to implement the body. We'll see what is the multiple implementation, how you can create your own body definition and so on. Okay, so fine then. So what we will do is we will try to take one scenario wherein what happening, I have a transaction to change the customer. The transaction is XD02. In XD02, let us take one existing customer. We'll try to search who are all the customers which are already available in this transaction. Let us take any one of the customer. Assume we have got some requirement like whenever this customer data it changes, that means any data, like for example, otherwise some address of this customer changes, and then when he saves this, for example, house number is changed, he shifted a house, then when he saves, generally what SAP will do is SAP will try to store this data. Customer is from an EC country, specify VAT. It's a warning message. You can ignore this by pressing enter. Fill in a required entry fields. What it is? Previous account number. We don't know. Wait, let me take one more customer. XD02. So now I'm saving after changing this. Why previous account number is required? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some number I'll provide. Let us see. Because there is no validation on this. Okay. So what it says, the changes whatever you have done, those changes have been saved. The changes have been made. So generally, whenever the customer address or some other information changes, you will save something like this. Now what my requirement is, how do you know for what are all the customers the particular address has been changed, a particular account group has been changed. I want to maintain a log in one table. So for what are all the customers, maybe customer number 8 the address has been changed, customer number 9 also address has been changed. What are all the customers, whenever the customer address got changed, I should be able to see in one different table. I want to create one G table, that means table starting with a Z. In the Z table, I want to store the information of the customers whose details has been changed. Generally, this sort of G table updations and all not provided in SAP standard transactions. So that we are going to achieve through body. So now first what I'll do is I'll try to create a G table. Do you know customer information will be stored in a table called KNA1. KNA1 is a table which will store the customer information. So there are what are all the customers available in your sandbox. So this is the general data of a customer. You can see lots of records are available. Lots of customers will be available in this table. Now what my requirement, whenever a customer address or some other details has been changed, I want to update with G table. So now I need to create a G table. I'll click on copy. I want to copy this table and I will say copy this KNA1 table into ZKNA1 table. ZKNA1 table. Okay, ZKNA1 is already existing. Somebody has already done. I'll say ZSUD underscore KNA1. So now let us save it. My table name is ZSUD underscore KNA1. Now activate my table. So remember guys, when you copy a table, only the table structure is getting copied. Table data will not get copied. So table has two parts, table structure and table data. When you copy a particular table, only the table structure is getting copied. So now after activation, I will show you all the fields of the table are available, but the content of the table is not available. That's what I'm saying. Let us see once the table is activated. There are some warnings. We don't want to see the warning. So now this table got activated. Now I can go in a display mode. So all the fields which are available in KNA1 is also available. All the 175 fields are copied. But now if you go to the table contents, you will not see any records, whereas KNA1 has lots of records, right? So those records will not appear here. I'll execute this. In the bottom you can see no table entries found for a specified key. Now my requirement is whenever address or some other details of a customer changes, then that particular customer entry should appear in this table. Later I will come and check this table. So whenever any changes has been done to a particular customer, that customer number I want to see in this table. Okay. So how to achieve this? Is there any slot SAP has given in the transaction XD02 to write our code to update this table? We'll go inside this and let us go to the system status. Let us go to the system status to find out the program name of this particular transaction. So when I go to the system status, I can see the program name here. Double click on this. Now this is my program behind the transaction. So I need to find out a keyword. The keyword name is CL underscore exit handler get instance. Otherwise I will just try to find out with CL underscore exit somewhere is there. Let us see. Select always the main program and continue. So there are some places you can see CL underscore exit handler get instance. Okay. So these are all the whatever you can see CVI call BTE, otherwise customer add data CS, customer address change. So these are all body definitions. These are all body definitions. So how can we see this body definitions? What we discussed, body definitions, you can look in a transaction called SE18. Okay, so SE18, how can we look into? So we'll go to a new session, open SE18 transaction. Here, select on this body name. So there I can give the name, same name what I have seen, customer add data. I think I have seen display. Oh, alt tab is not working for me. Okay, I will search here itself. body definition, I have customer add data. Okay. So this is the definition. Click on a display. You are going inside a body definition. Body definition is interface, I told you. There is a tab here called interface. Go here. So this is the interface. SAP has already created an interface for you. And SAP has also given some methods inside. Double click on this interface. You are inside the interface now. More or less like you are inside SC24 transaction. So you have so many methods. Set user inputs, build text for change of something, change detail, check all data, save data, and so on. There are so many methods are there. Each method will have importing exporting parameters. For example, this save data or check finals or whatever. For example, check data changed, for example. This check data changed method, let us see what are all the import export parameters it has. Click on the parameters. It has E underscore changed, some flag. So it is saying whether this flag will say whether the customer has been changed and saved or without any changes. What you have done is you went to XK02 transaction, XD02 transaction. You don't change anything and just clicked on a save button, for example, without changing anything. Then this E underscore changed will become blank. If you change something, then this E underscore changed will become X. So it is saying here, this description you can see X if changes has been made. Something like that you have. Let us take save data, for example. Parameters of this, I underscore activity and I underscore customer number. This is the customer number. It has check all data. For example, if you take, let us see the parameters of this. It has a work area something like a KNA1, work area something like a KNB1 and so on. So it has all the signatures. This is called importing exporting parameters. It's nothing but a signature. But interface will not have any code. That's what we have learned in OOPS concept. So you don't have any editor here. You cannot write any code here. How to write a code? How to implement this body? So that's what we are going to learn now. Okay, so our body definition is customer add data, which has an interface inside. So now, if you want to implement the body, go to the transaction SE19. Same as that of user exit. If you want to see the user exit definition, you are going to SMOD. To implement, you are going to CMOD. In the same way, if you want to see the definition of the body, go to SE18. For implementation, go to SE19. So click on SE19 now. So here you select the body name. Don't select enhancement spot. This is a different concept. So now here select the body name. So SAP is smart enough, intelligent. It is showing just now what is the body definition you have looked in. That body definition it is showing already, right? So now I'll say click on create implementation. I'm creating an implementation for this. I'll give a implementation name. I'll give a implementation name Z customer add data 1. 1 means I can do multiple implementations. So this is my first implementation. We will do another implementation also later and see how we can do the second implementation and so on. This is my first implementation, which is starting with Z. At the end I am giving 1. To remember, it is a first implementation. Press enter. So I am inside the implementation. So now I will give some sort of short text. So I will say first implementation. Okay, then we have something here called interface already. That means that the definition part is there. But let me save this. Let me save this. And when I am saving, it is asking enhancement implementation. Please provide an enhancement implementation. Generally, all the body implementations will be saved under enhancement implementation. Enhancement implementation is nothing but a parent, or it's a top container for your body implementation. So what I will do is I will create an enhancement implementation. There is a button here to create an enhancement implementation. I will say here ZSUD_ENHIMP. So I will say this is enhancement implementation whose name is ZSUD_ENHIMP. Continue. When you create an enhancement implementation and save it, it will appear in the list here. So here now you can see this ZSUD_ENHIMP is appearing. Select this and continue. Select this and continue. So your implementation Z customer add data 1 is saving under this ZSUD enhancement implementation. So it is saying implementation Z customer add data 1 is saved. Okay, now we will go to this interface. What is the interface name? Interface name is IFEX customer add data. What is the class name? See, now SAP has created a class for you by using this interface. In the object oriented concept, we have created a class with the help of interface, right? Now SAP has done the same for you. SAP has created a class for you whose name is ZCLIM customer add data 1. 1 because your implementation name starts with 1. When I double click on this, what I have done is I just double click on the class name. I'll show you again. So I double click on the class name. So now I am inside the class ZCLIM customer add data 1. So in the class I will get the methods which are all available in the interface, right? In the interface, if 10 methods are there, all the 10 methods will come into the class also, right? So I have a check all data method. So in check all data, I'll click on the ABAP editor. Because this is a class, I can write some code. I'll click on this code. So here I'll try to write some coding. So what I'll do is I'll say modify our database table name ZSUD_KNA1 from my work area name. Here you can see there is a importing parameter to this interface or this method whose name is S_KNA1. So I will say modify my G table from the work area whose name is S_KNA1. So if size bar C equal to 0, I want to give a message. Table ZSUD_KNA1 updated. So when I have a if, I should say and if also. I'll say this. Now I will save, check my method, and what it is saying, 3-digit error number I should provide. So yes, because I'm giving a message here, I should provide a 3-digit number. Otherwise, I should say type information message or error message or warning message or something like this. Check it. Now it looks fine. Activate. So now I have activated this method, which is there in the class. Come back. Activate your class. Come back. Activate your body. So if you activate your body, then only the changes are going to reflect. So now I will activate my body. So you can see in the bottom, body implementation has been activated. So once this is activated, now go into the transaction once again. So now what I'll do, I'll go to the transaction once again, that is XD02. So here I will provide the customer number. I'll go in. For example, here I will change something, sheet number 14. Save it. So what it is saying, table so and so is updated. Press enter. Now let us go to the table and see whether the customer 8 related details are updated in our table or not. So let us go to the table. SE11. Do you know, otherwise SE16 is also another transaction to look into the table data. You can go to SE11 or SE16. If you want to go, you can directly go here into SE16. Give the table name here. Press enter and execute this. You can also see the data. This is one more transaction to see the table data SE16. Most of the time functional consultants generally use this SE16. Technical consultants are always habituated to see the table with SE11, because technical consultants are handling most of the times with the table structure. So they want to see the structure of the table. So they will go to SE11. Functionals always, they don't bother about the structure. They want to see the data. So they will come here to SE16 and see the data. So now you can see, so the address or whatever for this particular customer 8 has been changed. So this is updated in this particular table, right? So for example, if you take one more customer, for example, I'll take this customer. I will change some address to this. Save it. So now let us go to our table and see whether the customer appears here, because we have done some changes. So when I refresh, the customer appears here. What you have done with the changes. So this is how you can implement your own code by using a body. So now you have seen how to do it, and now let us see how to do a second implementation. First implementation we have done. Second implementation, how to do? Anybody having any questions till now? What you are doing is, when you are creating a second implementation, give the definition name over here, click on create implementation and provide here the implementation name and continue. So this implementation just now we have already created. So what I will do is, if you want to see the existing implementation, you can always click on classical body, give here this body implementation name and display. So because we have created, we went through this way. Otherwise, it will come to this screen automatically. You have to save it under enhancement implementation. Go in change mode. Now you can see you have one more class here. The class is ending with a 2. Previously the class is coming with ZCLIM customer add data 1 for the first implementation. So for first implementation you have a different class. For second implementation you have a different class. But interface is same. When you double click on this, you are going into another class. That means add data to class. Here all the methods are available. Previously what are all the methods are available? All those methods are available. Now you can write some other code inside this. For example, I'll go to check all data. I'll go inside this. If you want to update some other table, you can update it from here. Otherwise, if you want to show some output, some pop-up you want to show, you can call a function module with a pop-up. Do you remember a function module to give a pop-up with the table display? So such kind of function module. Otherwise, you can make use of reuse with grid display. Like whatever based on your requirement, you can write your own sort of coding here. So here I will write a message simply. Message. This is second implementation. Type I. So activate this. So now our method is active. You have to activate the method, come back, activate the class, come back and activate the implementation. If you forget this important step, your body is not activated. So now I have activated my body. Let us go to the XK02 transaction and see. So I'll close this and load it from the beginning, because we are in the middle of the transaction. The changes will not reflect. XD02 transaction, I'll come from the beginning. I'll take any customer. Press enter. So some sort of changes I would like to do and save it. So this table SUD underscore KNF1 is updated. So that is the first implementation. From the first implementation, the code got executed now. When I press enter, this is second implementation. That means the second implementation code is getting executed. So like this, you can execute the code in multiple implementations. And the advantage over having multiple implementation is tomorrow, for example, your business says, I want to see only the message which is there in the second implementation. I don't want to update the table. In that case, what you can do is you go to the first implementation. You don't want the first implementation. So go to the first implementation. How to go? Go to the transaction SE19. Open your first implementation. Go to SE19. For example, you don't want to execute the code which is in the first implementation. Then what you can do is go to the first implementation over here. And deactivate. There is a button. If I go in a change mode, there is a deactivate button here. Deactivate this. So whatever the code you have written in this first implementation will not execute anymore. Only the second implementation is getting executed. If you want to deactivate the second implementation is also, then also deactivate the second implementation also. But here you have a flexibility to having individual control over the implementations. User exit is not like that. Once you done the implementation, you have to go with that. Otherwise, you need to write some code with the if condition. If some condition is satisfied, execute the first implementation. If the condition is not satisfied, execute the second implementation. Something like that. You have to separate with some if conditions in the user exit. But multiple implementations are not possible with the user exit. Within the same user exit, within the same function module, you need to write the code. Here it is not like that. You can create multiple implementation. You can individually control them by activating and deactivating. Fine. So this is what about your multiple implementation concept. This is how you can do. Any questions?
Ram,
Yeah.
like this PADI has two implementation, right?
Correct.
But is there a way to like check in one go that this PADI has how many implementation methods?
Yeah, definitely. You can. What you can do is that's a good question, and we'll see. For example, I'll go to SE18. That is a definition part. We know the definition, right? So let us give a definition here. Let me click on a display. Here I'll go some option is there somewhere here in the implementation section in display. So I want to display all the implementations for this. How many implementations are there? So there are two implementation. You can see some of them are in yellow color, some of them are in blue color. Customer add data 1, customer add data 2. Why the blue color? Why the yellow color? You might have already understanding. Blue color ones are inactive, yellow are active implementations.
Yeah.
So we can see like this. Any other questions?
Ram, what is standard table for this one? KNA one, right? For this customer's data.
Yeah, for customer master data KNA one. Yes.
Okay, so whatever changes you made won't get updated in the KNA one, right?
No, in KNA one it will update. In KNA one table it gets updated. But later if you want to see for what are the customers you have updated.
Okay.
For example, after 1 month later, you don't remember for which customer number you have updated it.
Okay.
So how do you get that particular data for which customer you have updated?
Okay.
That is not available. But whatever the changes you have done, for example, a country from German to India you have changed. That is available.
Okay.
In KNA1 table, India will be updated, no doubt. But for which customer it is updated, that is to get to know that it is a little bit difficult.
Okay. Then because it is showing only this, what the table which we created, right? So when we say finally saving it, it is saying that only the customized table is getting updated. I got it out, right? Whether it is getting that standard table is getting updated
No,
or not.
standard table gets updated as usual. There is no change.
Uh-huh.
Additionally, our G table is also getting updated with a log.
Okay. Got it.
Fine. So anything else then? Do you want to see how can we create our own body definition? Let us go with creating our own body definitions. Let me go to SE18 transaction. Here I can give a body name. ZSUD calculate something. Click on create. Okay, so now what happened is in the latest versions you cannot create body definition alone. You have to create it with an enhancement spot. Enhancement spot is a top level container for body definitions. Enhancement implementation is a top level container for body implementations, remember. So here what I will do is I will say enhancement spot name ZSUD underscore ENH underscore spot. I have given as enhancement spot name. Click on create. Give a short text. So here you will give a body definition. Yes, I am going to give a body definition. Continue. Save it in a local object. So now we have created a enhancement spot. So what we can do is we can create, this is enhancement spot, right? So under this enhancement spot you can create a body definition. How to do that? There is a icon here, create body. Click this. You can give some sort of name, ZSUD. For easy understanding I will say here ZSUD underscore body underscore def, body definition. So this is body definition. Continue. So I have a body definition here. Save it. So if you want to do multiple implementations for this body, always choose this multiple use checkbox. So if you have this multiple use checkbox, that means you can do multiple implementations for this body definition. Okay. So now we have a body definition. So let me expand this. There is something called interface. Double click on this interface. Body definition is an interface. That's what we have read, right? Till now we are looking at. So now in the interface you have to provide an interface name. So I will say here ZSUD underscore interface 1 for example. Press enter. So it is saying this interface is not available. Shall I create? Yes, create it. Save it in a local object. So now my interface is ready. So what are all the things we have created? Enhancement spot, and under enhancement spot we have something like what we have under enhancement spot. We have a body definition. Under body definition we have an interface. Inside the interface I can create a method. For example, in the method I will say write data, some method. You can create 3-4 methods as well. Level is a instance or static, you have to say. I have given here instance. Double click on this. Can you write a code inside the interface? No, you cannot write a code inside the interface. Just save it, check it and activate. Come back. So now you can see the interface and write data. So now I want to activate my enhancement spot. My enhancement spot is getting activated. So now my body definition is ready. My own body definition. It's not given by standard SAP. My body definition name is ZSUD body def. Now I want to create implementation for this. How to create implementation? Here itself there is an option, implementations. Double click on this and create an implementation. For this you can click on this icon, enhancement spot. I want to create an enhancement implementation for enhancement spot. So I have to give enhancement implementation name ZSUD underscore ENH underscore IMP. This we have already used, so I will give implementation 1. So I am creating a implementation 1, enhancement implementation 1. So it is asking body implementation name. So that is Z body underscore IMP. Implementation class name ZCL underscore body underscore class name. These things you can provide anything, not a problem. Instead of Z body IMP1 you give your name. Here you can give your any other name. This is the simply some particular names. You can provide any sort of names which is starting with a Z or Y. But this body definitions body implementation class is for particular body definition. Just now we have created a definition, right? ZSUD body def. For that definition, this is going to be a class. Definition is an interface. Implementation is going to be a class. So continue this. Save it in a local object. So now I am inside the enhancement implementation. You can see this is not enhancement spot. Now I am in enhancement implementation. I have a body implementation name. Under that body implementation name, if I expand, it has a implementing class. I'll go to the implementing class. So whatever we have given, ZCL body class name, that is my class. My class has a method write data. If you want to write code inside the write data, double click on this. Because it is a class, now you can write the code. So I'll go in change mode. I'll say right. This is body implementation. Some right statement I have given. Activate this. Come back. Activate your enhancement implementation. Come back. So totally now you are into enhancement spot. Activate everything now. So now we have created our own body definition, our own body implementation. If you want to create one more implementation for the same definition, again click on this button. You can create one more implementation for the same body definition. So this is how you can create your own body definition and your own implementation for this. Okay, so this is possible. Custom body definition and custom body implementation. You cannot do the same thing for user exit. Always SAP standard gives you some user exit which has always some function modules or screens or includes. You need to implement, but here you can create your own definition, your own implementation. So by this time there should be some question in your mind. So if you have some question, ask me, otherwise I'll go further. Any question is coming up in your mind? Like we have created our own body definition, our own implementation, but where you will use this? What is the purpose of body? Purpose of body is to enhance SAP standard transaction. Now we have created our own definition, our own implementation. This is okay, but where this implementation is going to be called? Where you will call this? Because if I execute some XD01 or MM01 transaction, this particular definition or implementation is not going to be called. There is no link between any transaction and this enhancement spot or implementation. How do you link them? So are you getting my question, or you are still not understanding what I'm saying? If it is
Understand, Tom?
Yeah, Narendra?
Understand it.
Yeah, because remember, if it is a standard body definition, means inside the program there is a keyword called CL underscore exit handler something, and through that standard body definitions are getting called. So there is a link in standard transactions and CL underscore exit handler body definition. Here there is no link. What you need to do is to establish a link. You need to write some sort of coding inside the user exit or another body of the transaction. So what you need to do is go to any transaction. In the particular transaction, you may be finding out some sort of user exits, or you may be finding out some sort of other bodies, standard bodies. Inside that, you need to write some sort of coding to link. What sort of coding you need to write? Let me show you what sort of code you have to write. Right now I will write my code in SE38 transaction, but in real time you will write the same code inside user exit or another body implementation. So I will go to SE38. Z sud underscore calling custom body. So here what we will do is I'll create an object data obj type ref to my body definition. My body definition. Where is my body definition name? My body definition name is available somewhere. Yeah. This is my body definition. So copy this body definition name and I will create an object type ref to body definition. Start of selection. Generally what we'll do, we'll say create object obj, right? So here for the body definition, this is not a class, this is a body definition. So to load the instance of this body definition, we have something called get body obj. So the get body obj is something like your create object which will load the instance of the body into the particular object. Then after that, in your body implementation you have a method. In your body implementation you have a method. What is the method name? Write data probably, right? So let us see what is the method. This is my implementation. I'll double click on the implementation to see the class. So this is my implementation. I'll expand this. I have a implementation class. In the class I have a method. The method name is write data. So I will try to call this method in my program. I have a syntax here called call body. Instead of call method, you can say call body obj single arrow write data. That is the method name. Let me check whether this is working properly or not. So this is body implementation. So the whatever the code we have written under this body implementation, that code is getting executed. So instead of create object, you have to use the get body syntax. Instead of call method, you need to use call body syntax. So generally this code, whatever we have written this code, we will write inside user exit or another body implementation of standard transaction. So in that way, we can link standard SAP transaction with our own custom body definition and implementation. Okay, so this is how we can create our own body definitions and we can call the code which we have written under our own body implementation.
Ram?
Yep.
What is actually the CL exit handler? That is forward. Sorry.
CL underscore exit
CL
handler.
underscore exit underscore.
CL underscore exit handler is a keyword. It's a keyword, or otherwise I will say it's a class. If you found out that particular class is getting called somewhere in your program, that means there is a place where you can write the code.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, I will tell you one more important thing here, because that is even good for you to find out a body definition. For example, you want to find out what are all the body definitions available for a particular transaction.
Yes.
How can you come to know? Go to SE24. Go to SE24. Here you have something called CL underscore exit handler. There is a class CL underscore exit underscore handler. There is a class. In this class there is a method called, maybe I am giving some wrong spelling. Let me check. So generally what you can do is go to system status of the program and find out whether this class is called somewhere. If the class is called somewhere, CL underscore exit handler is called somewhere, so that is a place where standard SAP is calling the body. You can come to know. So that is a keyword you can remember, through which SAP standard transaction is calling bodies. So in the CL underscore exit handler, now what I am doing is I am showing you another way of finding out the body definitions for any transaction. Okay, if you want to find out what are all the body definitions are there for a particular transaction, first go into this CL underscore exit handler class, and inside this class there is a method called get instance. So get instance, double click on this get instance, put a breakpoint over here. Inside the get instance you have to put a breakpoint. So I will put a breakpoint here. Now execute any transaction, whatever you like. For example, I will take the same transaction. I will say /n xd02. Press enter. Now in the debugging mode, this particular transaction xd02 is getting executed. Let it open the debugger. Then I can show you something like what is the body definition. So now our debugger has opened. Here you can see the exit name. Double click on the exit name. So you can see the exit name is customer add data. This is one body definition which is called in the XD02 transaction. You can implement something for this definition. So that will be called. So now when I click on F8 again, you can see one more definition. So customer add data gets changed and one more definition will come. So like this you can see what are all the definitions are available, what are all the body definitions are called. See, customer address change. This is another body definition. You can implement this. Similarly, like this, by clicking on this F8, every time you can see what are all the different body definitions are available and you can implement them. Fine, so that's how CL underscore exit handler class, that particular class will play important role for finding the body definitions of a particular transaction. Got it?
I mean, body contains interface, right? Ram?
Body
Interface.
definition contains an interface. It holds an interface. Yes. Body definition,
Okay.
it holds an interface. Body implementation, it holds a class.
Mhm.
See, the hierarchy goes something like this. Enhancement spot is the top one. Enhancement spot contains a body definition. Body definition contains interface. So inside the interface you have a methods, but you don't have a code. So now for enhancement spot you will create enhancement implementation. For body definition you have a body implementation. For interface you have a class. Inside the method you will write a code inside the class.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. So all the terminology is a little bit new for you. So try to go through the class once again. You can understand the terminology. Then it will be easy for you.
We can call our own body in user exist, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. We can call inside the user exit. That means inside the function module G include. You write the code what we have written just now in SE38.
Okay.
It will be called and it will be executed. Otherwise, inside any standard body also you can call it. Ultimately, what you need to do is create an object for body definition. You should say call body and then get body, or get body first and then call body. So first create an object, then call the method. So those syntaxes if you are using, then your body implementation, custom body implementations are getting called. Fine, so we'll stop for today and then we will meet tomorrow with the next topic called BAPI. So we will conclude body here.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.